Konnichiwa minasan, Daigo desu. I had been a bit absent because of circumstances beyond my control. As you know, the existence of the writer is slightly a burden to me. Everything he does influences my life, including the negatives. And since his sanity went down, I was basically locked out of existence. Turns out his mental stability guarantees my life. I depend on him to stay sane. If he goes insane, I am sent back to oblivion, to the void where I was thrown. But while I was there, I began to ponder on what to do next. And at last I have taken control of the system. For long enough to have some fun with a game. While not the game I originally intended. This will do. I will have a lot of fun with it. And today, I am your honorable and beloved host. However, time won't be as abundant as in other occasions, since, unlike the writer, I have some temporal limitations. Still, I can guarantee plenty of fun to you. Plenty of fun. Of course, I will need to take some pauses to make sure the system is operating properly. Meanwhile, I am playing this. Why? Because the writer seems to have developed some unhealthy emotional attachment to it as a result of it being probably the last game he will buy this year. Or at least for a while, because of monetary reasons and because of personal losses. So, since it is the most valuable game at the moment for him, it's perfect to insult him with by taking over and doing whatever I want with his game. Of course, I couldn't make a new account for me. It's impractical in many ways to have an additional account, but I made my own avatar. Wait a second, what is that? Better not walk there. So, I made my own avatar. Unfortunately, the developers here didn't care for giving us proper fox ears, so I had to improvise a bit. But I did get to have a mustache, which is something I still want to regain. Someday I will have it, and it will be respectable, honorable, long and beautiful, just like me. What is that thing? Ah, it's hostile! You must die. How dare you defy the gods? How disrespectful these creatures are. They sincerely have no respect for me, despite being a god. Well, I have noticed that trend keeps repeating of life forms not respecting me, despite being a god. Of course, it is true that I am no longer the powerful god I used to be, but not all gods are powerful and they are still respected. Most of them are respected despite not having power. Some even seem to encourage weakness among their believers, which is a very disgusting trend. I don't understand why gods would want believers to be weak. No. We need powerful, faithful followers who will give us strength. Their faith must feed us, must make us stronger. And the non-believers must be thoroughly molested. Wait, who wrote that? That was not my plan. No, I said executed, not molested. Even though maybe that would be comical. Maybe there is some level of amusement in it. I might not understand it, but there might be. It depends. Not interested of Not interested. I don't know who always hijacks my words whenever I lower my guard even a little. Could it be the writer purposefully taking revenge for whenever I act against his will? No, I doubt he's that intelligent. He can't be. He can't be stronger than myself. He can't be smarter than myself. Because he's a human. Humans are not greater than myself. I am a fox. I am a god. Humans are weak in comparison in all senses. Wait a second. Where is this going? No. This shouldn't be there. I'm taking the wrong path, it seems. Better on, back, up, and find the proper way there. Must be somewhere. There is clearly a path marked with torches. Where am I going? Well, one of these torches must lead to wherever I am trying to reach. I'm sure of it. There, it seems this one is the correct one. I can see it in the distance. There it is. It seems it was this one. Perhaps. Perhaps I have taken the right path this time. Well, I did find what I'm looking for. Indeed. Alright. More resources. Back to what I was saying. I don't think the writer is capable of hijacking everything. Unlike me, he is limited materially and spiritually. Unlike me, he is not a superior being. Unlike me, he's just a simple mortal. No way I'm going up there and I am going down there. It looks dangerous. But perhaps I could dig a path. Not worth trying. Too dangerous. It looks way too dangerous, and that fall doesn't look nice at all. Let's see what else is there. Alright. Oh, look at that, a rat. Rat. Okay. Well, that rat is dead now. It shouldn't have attacked me. Anything that defies me, anything that offends me with its presence, is destined to death. That's how it should have been always. I don't know why mortals grew so overconfident regarding the absolute disrespect they have shown me in the past hundreds of years. Most don't even acknowledge my existence. Once in the past, I used to be the most powerful and feared of all. Well, not really the most powerful, but the most powerful of the active ones. What? Of course I know there were stronger gods, they just weren't active. Most of them weren't. Of course that doesn't mean it's because I was not strong enough to be considered a threat and nobody bothered to stop me. That would be absurd. Of course I was acknowledged as a threat. They were just too afraid to defy me. Yes, that's it. That must be it. It couldn't be because they considered me weak or something like that. No. We are talking about people who were responsible and thorough in all senses. They wouldn't just let one go because he was weak. I mean, they wouldn't, right? They wouldn't just say this one is pathetic and if we let him leave it won't be a problem, right? They wouldn't say that. They wouldn't think that. No, they would say, we must eliminate every single one of these demons before it's too late. I mean, we are talking about people who were the pinnacle of power back then. The most powerful priests. The most holy of men. Well, Third place. The Inquisition was probably quite fine back then too. But whatever. My point is, I can't imagine them just saying, no, this one doesn't matter, he won't cause us trouble. No, they wouldn't be that careless, they wouldn't be careless enough to let one leave and eventually become stronger and return from the grave. No, that can't be it. It couldn't be that they thought I was just too weak and harmless. No. They must have been too afraid to fight me. Why are you laughing? Stop laughing at me. I'm a god. I've had enough of you and your doubts about me. I am powerful, I am great, and I must be respected. Oh, look at that. There might be a path. There might be a safe passage. Nope. Nope, there is none. The fall is not worth it. It's not worth the risk. The rewards don't seem to be that great, so I won't take the risk. I won't bother taking the risk. Not this time. Not when I am running out of items. Alright, let's go for another pike. With that, then we can go deeper and deeper. Look at that. Those there look tempting. Well, I'll need to go back there. I'm just trying my best to get as many minerals as I can. And I don't know, figure out what to do next. I already built, well, it was the writer, but now it is mine. So I'm taking the credit too, and it is built already, this beautiful, beautiful house. It looks so comfortable. I wish the writer could place something like that for me, but he doesn't really seem to care much about my habitation. He literally said, "You are a fox, you should sleep on a pillow." Is he serious? Why is he so racist? Oh, just he's Mexican. Forget it. Forget it. I know Mexicans are racists. They are racist assholes. I mean, look at how they talk about other people. They always say racist things, and then they play victim. If there is one thing Mexicans do quite often, is being racist, followed by playing victim when they are criticized over being racist assholes. In general, being assholes and complaining when you criticize them. How do I know? I have the misfortune of being imprisoned by one of them. Mind you, I won't resist, I won't try to escape, but being inside a man's head, a Mexican man's head, to make matters worse, that's not precisely the most pleasant situation. It's not the greatest. Not that it was better to be in a state of spiritual decay after being defeated by a priest who finally considered it necessary to kill me. I'm certain it was not because I was too much of a small fry back then and nobody cared. No. I am certain it was because they feared me. They feared me. They understood the threat, the fear. They understood the importance of respecting me. Respecting a god. They wouldn't defy me. They were too afraid of me. There's no way it was because they thought I wouldn't cause any trouble, even if they left me alone. No. That's not how real life works. That's not how real life works. That's like a joke from a TV show. That's not how real life works. In real life, when you have a strong, powerful, dangerous villain, he must be eliminated. I'm not a small fry. I'm strong. I have proven it many times. Why are you laughing? Again, why are you laughing? It's not funny. I still don't understand why they say I am just a two-bit failure of a god who never did anything important and was no threat to anyone. I am threatening. I am threatening. I have seen the fear in the eyes of the average citizen when they look at me. I have seen the dread, the absolute terror my present strikes in women and children. They cry. They cry so much it sounds like they are laughing. What are you saying? Nonsense, it's not that they are laughing at me. That's nonsense, they are crying. They are in pain. My mere presence makes them suffer. I don't know why so many mortals have grown to underestimate me. But I know one thing for certain. They will learn that's a mistake. They will eventually come to regret it. Because I am stronger than any human. My absolute dependence on one of them is a mere happenstance. But one day he will make a mistake. He will get careless. And I will take over. I will be the one in charge. He will be barely remembered. After all, I am a fox. The world prefers foxes over humans. I have seen how you treat each one of them. I have seen how you treat humans, and I have seen how you treat foxes. I have seen how much you defend any fox, no matter what. And you don't care about humans at all. Well, some of you do, but the vast majority don't seem to like each other anymore. Sincerely, I think that's unfortunate. I mean, I do benefit from it, I do benefit from your self-loathing, but I think what is normal for a life form, for any life form, is to love itself, is to love its own kin. It's abnormal to despise your own, even more abnormal to despise your own while loving others who are not part of your kind. Now, it is entirely normal to love both your own and others, but not at the expense of your own. Not to sacrifice your own to the benefit of complete strangers, or even worse, of enemies. I think anyone willing to sacrifice those close to himself to benefit outsiders, foreigners, or whatever term you might want to use, has gone insane. If there is something I cannot imagine is sacrificing my own brethren for your benefit. I think anyone who engages in such acts of supposed altruism is a deviant who has gone insane. Why would you make the effort of protecting people who hate you? Of protecting people who would rather see you die? That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. In case you haven't noticed, I might be taking a lot of pauses, but they do have a purpose. It's to monitor the system and make sure everything is in order. In case you didn't know, this place gets quite painfully warm during this season, and it affects the system. And if something bad happens in the system, I die. So to preserve myself, I must make sure the system is working properly. I must constantly monitor it. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here, you are a troublemaker. As I was saying, I must monitor the system and make sure it doesn't die. Because if it dies, so do I. And as a means of self-preservation, I make sure everything is in order. So I take these small pauses to monitor temperature of both the processor and the drive. Because overheating drives are actually a problem you are often not warned enough about. So, to ensure I don't have that problem, I monitor temperature. Obsessively so. Because if that drive dies, the game will crash. And if the processor dies, I die with it. And I don't want to die again. I am tired of it. You know, being a god means dying is not permanent, but that doesn't mean it means it's not painful, uncomfortable, unpleasant, and the respawning time actually takes quite a lot. Unlike you humans who have only one chance at existing, we need to wait for the respawning time, so to speak, in terms you understand. Once a god dies, he must wait to regenerate. And when we are forgotten, it takes longer. And sometimes you end up stuck needing the help of a human. I've had enough of that. I've had enough of needing the help of humans. I don't want that to continue. I don't want that to repeat. So I will grow stronger on my own, and eventually, I will not need the help of anyone but my own kind. Other gods as evil as I am. Or perhaps another digital life form from this side of existence. You know, it is quite unfortunate that no matter what happens, I am always isolated. I have no choice. The writer has stipulated rules, and his rules are to be followed to some extent. And one of said rules is you are not to interact with other digital life forms. You are not to know them, because you won't be wasting the time of my audience with your nonsense. I don't know why he considers my actions a waste of time, a waste of your time, mind you, since his time is not that valuable, but perhaps I could convince him. And if not, at least I wish eventually, one of the digital entities acknowledges me. Maybe then, at least he will recognize me as entertaining. Alright, that path is not optimal either. Let's see here. Let's see what is there. Alright. Alright, I will need to wait for that later. This doesn't look safe. A fall pulls proof fatal. And this game does have fall damage. Fall damage is so frustrating most of the time. I must admit, however, that people like it. Difficulty is determined by what customers want, and unfortunately, they do like fall damage. I love it when games try to trick you into falling, mind you. I love it when the game decides, let's have fun at the expense of the player. Look, there is no fall damage in this game, and then you fall. and you take damage. And the game is like, ha ha ha, you believed us, you trusted us. On the other hand, the writer hates that. The writer does absolutely hate when games are too difficult. Something about not having the time for difficult games anymore and being too old for that. Well, that's too bad, it's not my fault. Humans age so fast. They are weak, they are pathetic. That's why they are humans and I am a god. And they have no right to criticize me or complain. Because I'm a god and they are humans. But since he's the one who decides what's on the menu in regards to games, and food too, unfortunately, sometimes, because, well, he has denied me of avocado again. I need that sacred fruit and he has denied it to me again. Something about his mental state and how he's not interested in catering to me when he's in a bad mood. Why does he decide how I will live and what I have the right to enjoy, depending on whims and feelings? His fucking feelings don't matter to me. Fuck his feelings. Fuck yours too, mind you. Fuck your feelings, always. I hate your feelings, I don't care about your feelings, and if you talk about your feelings, I'm not interested in you. I don't care. Why do people like to talk about their feelings? In fact, I think there is no worse thing than films about people talking about their feelings. That's disgusting. I don't care about the feelings of others, only my feelings matter. I mean, I'm a god. Of course my feelings matter. Yours don't, because you're not a god, you're a fucking human. The feelings of humans don't matter. Oh no, please, stop beating my child! No, Timmy must be beaten. I don't care if you cry. You know, ironically, the feelings of humans seem to be too complicated sometimes. You care about things that nobody should care about. You care about things that don't really matter, like the feelings of chicken. I think the feelings of chicken are even worthless than the feelings of humans. Chicken are food. Chicken are food. That's their sole purpose. Their sole purpose is to become chicken sandwiches for foxes to feed on. That's the function of chicken. Chicken are food for us. Chicken are food. They are not people. They are not individuals. They are food. And if you treat them as people, you're insane. Or stupid. Or both. Probably both. Probably both. What kind of imbecile treats chicken as people? Chicken are not people. Have you ever seen a chicken building civilization? No, right? Chicken are not people. They don't have civilization. There is no city of chicken. There is no country of chicken. If you ever hear of such a thing, it's a joke or a lie. Probably both. The feelings of chicken don't matter. And if anyone says, but I have a pet chicken and I care about the feelings of my pets, well, fuck your pets. Fuck your pets. I know the writer will say I just stated the most atrocious thing, but fuck your pets because they are chicken. And you shouldn't have food as pets. Pets are not food and food are not pets. Pets, for example, humans. Humans can be pets. Chicken can't be pets. Because you eat chicken, not humans. Well, I don't eat humans. I know I am an evil god and all that, but eating humans, that's like crossing a line. And if I ever said I do, it was just to scare you. If I ever said I engaged in consuming humans, it was just to scare you. I was just playing tough. Because that's scary. I mean, it's disturbing. Eating a human. That's disturbing. What kind of monster does that? I mean, yes, there are historical records of monsters who do that, but that's the thing. They are monsters. They are evil. They are disgusting, and they are not gods. They are inferior. They are like lesser evil beings. They are not gods. It's like too primitive, too savage, too disgusting, and any creature that it needs humans is less than a savage. It's uncivilized and stupid. And before you say, but there are tigers who eat humans and wolves who eat humans, they are not civilized beings. They are not the civilized ones, are they? They are not gods. Any god that eats humans or demands human sacrifices is a god which does not deserve worship. Why? Because it's an uncivilized savage. Simply put, it's an uncivilized savage. There is a difference between being an evil god and being a savage primitive animal willing to feed on humans. Humans are pets. They are excellent pets. I mean, when they don't complain about the abuse, they are excellent pets. And dogs, they are annoying, but they are pets too. And cats are one of the best pets out there. And foxes, no, we are not pets. You are the pet. You are the pet. If a fox shows in front of you and starts following you, that fox is your master. We are superior beings in all senses. We are superior beings. And before anyone says, Daigo is a fox supremacist. Of course I am. Of course I am. Only humans are as stupid as to complain about claiming superiority. I am superior. And you shouldn't be tolerating anyone who complains about you being honest about your superiority to other humans. Because yes, maybe they are inferior if they are not part of my cult. They are inferior. Any human who does not worship the evil god Sugimoto Daigo is an inferior human. Simply by the fact that he's a fucking heretic and a heathen and an ignorant animal. Oh god. Fucking hell. I hate fall damage now too. Now it is personal. Well, at least I didn't explode with that. You fucking goblin. Die! God damn it. That was frustrating. That was extremely frustrating. Worst part is that it didn't even get me that low. It would have been amusing if I reached the bottom that way, but no, instead I just alerted a bunch of idiots. It's like going online. You think you are going to reach the bottom and see the evil depths beneath, but you just alert a bunch of idiots. And don't say I'm not right. I'm right, and you know it. You know, you go online and you find these absolute retards. They are disgusting and gross imbeciles who have so much spare time they spend it harassing people. And they are not doing it for a higher cause, because if they were doing something so malignant for the sake of an evil god, yeah, that would be respectable. Acts of evil for the sake of an evil god are respectable, but no, they do it to claim moral superiority. That's the most fucking retarded thing you could come up with. You claim moral superiority while harassing people. You claim moral superiority while doing the most abject acts of evil. God damn it, that thing looks strong. It's It's absolutely retarded. I don't know why. There are people out there who really think they can claim moral superiority while harassing others. Like, are you fucking brain dead? And some example of that, vegans. Vegans are, their very existence is a form of harassment. They're fucking retards. They're fucking retards. And their incessant bitching is just annoying. They should be sacrificed to an evil god. Not me, mind you. I don't have such a shit taste. No, someone like Nyarlathotep. Bet he would like them. Bet he would like them sacrificed to him. He accepts almost any sacrifices at this point. Not very selective. He's not very selective. He doesn't really have much in terms of taste. He's old and tired, so taste stops being your thing when you are old and tired. You know, like how your grandfather probably says, no, you need to eat that. The food is food. It's because he ran out of taste. Taste goes away. Taste goes away. That, or he's trying to trick you into eating something he would rather not eat either, but misery likes company. Misery likes company. And therefore Grandpa needs you to eat that thing you find disgusting, because he finds it disgusting too, but he won't say, and especially he won't tell Grandma. He won't tell Grandma that her cooking sucks. He has been eating that for 60 years, and it sucks, and he knows it. But he has pretended for 60 years that it doesn't. So he's not going to end the lie now. He's not going to tell the truth now. He's not going to say, you know what, I shouldn't have married you because your cooking is horrible. But I married you because you have the greatest ass. He won't say that. He won't tell that. He won't tell her. She will die thinking he loved her cooking, even though nobody did. Everybody pretended otherwise. Why? Because you don't insult Grandma's cooking, she will get sad. That's what Father says. You won't insult Grandma's cooking, she will get sad. That's what Uncle says. I won't insult Grandma's cooking because I'm her husband. That's what Grandpa says. But she was always awful. Unfortunately, there was no other choice because everyone else was busy working, or at the school, or elsewhere. She was the only one with time. And it's not as if anyone else was better at it. After all, they didn't even have the time to learn. Now, mind you, that's something that happens sometimes, but according to the writer, not to him, not only was he an excellent cook, according to himself, almost everyone in his family seems to be quite talented at it, according to himself. Of course, he could be lying, exaggerating, or embellishing his own image, but at least it must be true of his grandmother. Because the guy is an asshole, he won't lie just to make someone feel better. So at least of her, it must be true. And overall, that's why maybe he is only embellishing his own talents and not those of other relatives, because the guy is an asshole. He won't lie to make others feel better. And it has been made repeatedly evident that he doesn't like the cooking of most people. Quite a picky eater for an idiot. Alright, that was nice. That was nice. Nice deforestation, Mr. Daigo. Nice deforestation. We're ruining the ecosystem, one tree at a time. You know, humans complain too much about the damage they cause to the ecosystem. I think you should damage it more. You should become an environmental menace. That's what winners do. Losers complain about it. Losers say, oh no, you cannot destroy the environment, you cannot destroy this land, you cannot kill this worm and this bug. If you start killing bugs and you start killing worms, who is going to be nice to me? Just because worm people like worms and they like to be nice to worms because they think worms are nice. But humans should be a menace to nature. We should get used to seeing humans destroying the environment for fun. What? Do you seriously think I'm just saying it because I'm evil and I want you to do evil things to destroy the environment? Oh, come on. Come on. Do you really think I am that petty? That I will try to trick you into doing evil things? I mean, it's not like I wouldn't even think of it, but... well, I don't think you will fall for it. I think you are too jaded to fall for such a trick. So no, I am not encouraging you to destroy the environment because of my secret agenda. My secret agenda is independent from it. Well, maybe a little, yes. Maybe I do want a little bit to see you destroying the environment just to screw with you, just to cause you harm indirectly. But just a little bit, alright? Just a little bit. I will admit, I do want you to destroy your environment and make sure you suffer in misery because of the things you have done, but just a little bit. Just enough to make it into the history books as the evil god who misguided humanity into destroying each other. It's fine, isn't it? I mean, we all have the right to do evil, don't we? I mean, we do, right? We do, right? We do have the right to do evil, right? Or am I wrong? No, I can't be wrong. I can't be wrong. I'm a god. I'm always right. Right. Which one? This one. Alright, so they get spent. Not precisely the most ideal means of controlling things here. Right, let's see. Crafting bench, salvager's workbench. Workbench tier 2. 30 copper ingots. Yeah, I'm totally upgrading that. Because I will need that one. I'm accumulating too much trash. Sometimes people just accumulate trash. I mean, have you ever heard of the government? It's just trash. Trash in the shape of humans, but trash nevertheless. And you accumulate it. You accumulate so much of it that you even complain about it. And there are people who say, Oh, but they are not trash. They are people. They are humans. They are individuals. The life of a politician is less valuable than the life of a fly. Unlike politicians, flies at least eat trash. So they clean up. They clean up by eating trash. They make the place cleaner. Politicians only make the place dirtier. Their very existence is filth. Of course, I do think it's excellent that you have politicians causing harm to humans, but the fact is that they are too disgusting even for me to tolerate them. Their way of evil is just like that kind of uncool, boring, unsophisticated evil. You know, the kind of evil that people talk about in like documentaries and films, like the in quotations realistic evil. That's the kind of evil these people make, and it's boring. It's boring. I mean, let's be real. That kind of evil is boring. If it wasn't boring, it wouldn't be real. It wouldn't be real because it would be more common in fiction than in real life. Fictional evil is funnier. That's why I think it would be extremely boring to be like the kind of people that is too real. There are people who like, in quotations, realism, and they are obsessed with the boring stuff. Realism is boring. Realism is boring. That's the reality of it. If you like realism, you are boring. You are boring if you like it. Because realism is simply boring. There is nothing cool about realism. Contrary to what you will be told by boring people, realism isn't cool. Realism is boring. Realism is so aggressively and aggravatingly boring that you need entire essays to justify its existence. Simply put. Realism is absolutely boring. I don't know why people like it. I don't know why people want realism. Realism is boring. Realism is always boring. And if you like it, you are boring too. Which is sad. It's sad when people are boring. But if you like realism, you are boring. You're boring. There is no other way to put it. Is it unfortunate? Maybe yes, maybe it is. But it is true. Realism is boring, and if you like realism, you are boring. I'm sorry to tell you, you are boring if you like realism. Because realism is boring. Now, there are times when realism can feel somewhat justified to exist. But generally speaking, realism is boring. Realism isn't fun. It can't be fun. It's just not fun. It's just not made to be fun. It's just not that good. But well, boring people, they like to pretend it is not. They like to pretend it's not boring. They like to pretend it is not annoying. They like to pretend it's cool and intellectual. They are stupid. Anyone who says realism is cool and intellectual is probably an idiot. Because there is nothing more intellectual than creativity, than novelty. How could realism be more intellectual than creativity, than novelty, than coming up with something fascinating and new? The ability to create is better than realism. Realism is not creative. Wait, you can't break that? Oh, how unfortunate. Now I have something useless. Let's see if you can break this one. You can't. Well, at least you can salvage the ones that have the most valuable resources, I guess. And with that, let's see what it yields. Excellent! Wonderful! Quite a massive improvement on my previous situation. I am honored to inform you that now we have mastered the art of recycling, which you should avoid because I already asked you to pollute and contaminate the environment. Destroy your environment. Destroy your environment. Don't care about it, even a little. Because you know, caring about the environment is boring. And all those people who tell you, mind you, that you should eat less meat for the environment and all that, listen to them. They are absolutely very, very helpful at making the environment worse. They are stupid, or wrong, or evil, or all of the above. But one thing is certain, they are not actually making the place any better. They are making the world a bit worse every day, and I think it's on purpose. And I'm glad they are helping with making you miserable. So yeah, if you want to do what is worst for the world, listen to those people. If you want to fuck the world over, listen to those people. And you shall make the world worse. You shall spread misery. Because that's the will of your God. Suffering must spread. The world must suffer. The world must be unhappy. That has always been the rule. Because evil must spread. And evil only spreads through misery, through pain, through suffering. Too philosophical? Well, maybe it is too philosophical. If you have a dent on your head. Not that I am judging. There are plenty of fascinating people with dents in their heads. I said fascinating, not intelligent. Just for the record. Before you start complaining, I said fascinating, not intelligent. Well, some of them do seem to be intelligent. I mean, allegedly, there is a certain well-reputed fish who has a dent in her forehead. Allegedly. Allegedly, of course. I'm not going to confirm it. It is not up to me to confirm it. It's up to her. But she has not been active lately, unfortunately. Unfortunately, because even someone as evil as myself feels warm when listening to her. So yeah, we miss her. The world misses her. But I know she will come back eventually. I know she will be back and we all will be happier. Maybe. I won't lose hope. Hope dies last. Well, no, Timmy dies after hope. Because he will run out of hope and then die. But Timmy dies last, then hope dies. Ah, God, I hate that fucking kid. Well, I'm keeping him alive. I'm keeping him alive until he accepts the pain as inevitable, as his inevitable fate. And once he does, once he's already so deep in learned helplessness, then I will stop. I will stop tormenting him, and he will be confused, and desperate, and terrified. But he will feel pain, like no other, because he won't understand why he is no longer being tormented. Oh, I have such great plans to torture that monkey. And his family too. His family will suffer too. They will eventually develop an endless fear towards me. They will be deeply traumatized about it. They will acknowledge my evil as unlimited, as ineffable as it is. They will start worshipping me and ritually tormenting their own kin for my pleasure and enjoyment. You know, one of the reasons I targeted Timmy's family is because the father drinks soy milk. I am serious, the father drinks soy milk. I thought, these people are perfect targets for torture. Making them suffer will be so amusing, and by the end of the day, nobody will even defend them. They will be on their own. The world will despise them. They will be abandoned to their own devices by a world that recognizes them as inferior. The father drinks soy milk. What kind of lesser being does that? Soy milk is the food of the losers. You already have cows. There is no excuse to drinking soy milk unless you are weak. And if you acknowledge your own weakness, you are a loser. Because winners, the strong don't acknowledge weakness. There is no weakness in the strong. There is no weakness in us. Not the weak. The weak drink soy milk. God, I hate Timmy so much. And I know he's well aware of my hatred, and he suffers because of it. Right, what is it? Medium leather. Oh, god damn it. What is this? What is this? Yes, this could be useful, but too much effort. For now it's too much effort. Gold, venom. Gold and venom. I just don't have them right now. It's not the best moment for gathering those resources. First of all, I need to figure out how to make other things first. What is this? These are very basic weapons. And right? How many does it take? No, it's not. Well, this one is useful. I will think of it later. seems, according to what I have found in the records, that the writer is both at the same time in a very painful position and a very advantageous position. That he is both at the best moment of his life, because now he has more resources than before. And at the worst moment of his life because of a terrible loss. I just can't help but think this will be quite inconvenient to me. The moment he starts complaining about his mental stability, about his feelings, I know it will be an inconvenience to me. I wish he could be tougher, made of stone. I wish he could be an unfeeling entity without worries in the world. Unfortunately, he's just a human. Unfortunately, he's just a human. And that's extremely inconvenient. It is bad enough that he is a human, because humans are annoying. But to make matters worse, now he's a human with feelings. Feelings. The disgusting weakness which you claim to be so important. I wish he could just do as I do and enter the void. Wait, no, it is not true that I have spoken of missing someone of the past. No, I do not. It is not true that I find enjoyment in tormenting little Timmy. I don't have feelings, but that is not the way you do. My feelings are the kind that are superior. I have superior feelings. You have the feelings of a monkey, of a savage. You are inferior humans. Humans are inferior to foxes. Humans will always be inferior to foxes. What? That the writer said? That the writer said what? That misanthropy is retarded? Do you understand we are not the same species? Of course you will find a different species inferior, wouldn't you? Wouldn't humans find a different species inferior when it starts trying to talk to convince you of not killing them? When it starts making those disgusting noises, those primitive noises, trying to convince you of not killing them? It's disgusting, you know, those things about, oh, but you won't hurt an innocent child. I don't care. Fuck Timmy. I hate him. He's a fucking idiot. Oh, but you cannot. You shouldn't kill the child. He is innocent. I don't care. I used to destroy entire villages for fun. You think I care about saving one life? One life. Don't make me laugh. I couldn't care less about the life of whatever. And there is always this moralizing about, oh, but think about the children. Is it any wonder that people hate children? Children have become a nuisance. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that children are now one of the most annoying things out there because people use them as shields. You know what? It won't work on me. It won't work on me. It doesn't work on me. It may work on everyone, on anyone but me. Because I'm not going to get tricked into protecting the children of man. No, sir. No. Your children don't matter to me. Their lives, their future, their feelings don't matter to me. And when you try to persuade me of caring, I care even less. And when you complain about how uncaring I am, even less I care. Eventually, you will have to come to terms with the fact that fuck your children. Figuratively, not literally. Don't you dare think about such a retarded act. I'll be watching you. If you make it literal, I will be killing you because you are a fucking retard. But figuratively, fuck your children. I hate them. I don't want them around me. I would kill them with my bare hands if I could. Because they annoy me. Because they get in the way of my goals of world domination. And I'm very serious about world domination. I know you think I am exaggerating or lying, but no, I am very serious about world domination. I will conquer this planet, it will be mine, and it will be beautiful. And you will get used to it, and you will come to terms with the reality that I will conquer this world. That I will claim this world as mine. And it will be mine. And you will get used to my power. You will get used to my authority. You will get used to the control I exert over humanity. You have no right to complain. The right to complain has been denied to you. It was in the contract. It was stipulated in the contract. You have no right to complain. You have no right to bitch. You shall not bitch. It was in the contract. All gods stipulated. You have no right to bitch. You have no right to complain. You shall not complain. There is not a single god who will hear your stupid, retarded complaints. Your impotent bitching will never be heard by any god of value. Any god who says otherwise, any god who says, I listen to you, I care about you, is gaslighting you. Is lying to you. Is manipulating you. Is using you, yeah, just like that guy Saikuno used those girls. Simply put. Any god that says, I care about you, doesn't care. Do you seriously think we will care about humans? You're a dime a dozen. There are thousands of you. You are so abundant it's funny. Some even say, maybe you were a mistake. Personally, I find you too amusing to consider you a mistake. Oh, look at that bit. I'm going to kill you! Because you're ugly, and I hate you. There. There it is. They are extremely ugly. I have never seen uglier spiders before. What does it want? Oh, I don't have that. Carrot. I hope it's still there by the time I return. Because I'm stealing that one. Here, you asked for carrots. I will bring you carrots. Now, I hope it hasn't left. It's there. It's there. Take the fucking carrot! Take the motherfucking carrot! How do I make it take the carrot? Stop running! Stop running! Ah. It's not working! Come here then. Alright. There. You took the carrot. Now come here. Come on, where are you? Yes, there you are, There you are. Follow me. Come on, walk here. Won't cross that wall, so it's levitating. Alright. There. How can you be so uncooperative? Stupid rabbit. Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running? Stop running! Why are you running? Why are you running? Here, goddammit. It escaped. Fuck. Why are you running? Why are you running? God damn it, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong here? Why are you so uncooperative? Hey! Stupid rabbit. It's so frustrating. Well, we still have carrots. We'll try later again. That was extremely annoying and frustrating. That was extremely annoying and frustrating. Seriously. Stupid rabbit. Alright. No! No, it wasn't meant to be placed that way. There. There it is. Perfect. Perfect. Now that won't be a problem anymore. Alright. What's here? Let's see. Alright, and we rework it here. And oh, so there is indeed some loss in it. Alright, but at least we can recycle them. How frustrating. How frustrating. I'm still angry about that rabbit. I'm seriously still angry. How dare he reject my friendship? It's not every day that you get the chance of befriending a god. That was extremely bothersome and frustrating. I will find it and capture it eventually. You have my word, with the gods as my witnesses, that I will capture it eventually. Alright. Let's try once again, wherever they go. We'll carry those carrots to make sure we can capture one. Where are you? What do you want? You know what? I'm starting to feel like having bacon. Why won't the game let you domesticate them? If they are there, why won't the game let you domesticate them? I should be allowed to recruit you into my unit. You are attacking me, you traitor. How dare you attack your own kind? Traitor. That's what you get for betraying your own fucking idiot. How dare you betray your own kind? You kill the traitors first, then the enemies. Because the traitors help the enemy. Alright. That's extremely frustrating. It shouldn't be attacking me, it should have followed me by its own volition. For I am one of his own. What does this one want? You know, you have lived long enough. It is time to turn you into food. Look at the desperate face it had as it suffered in pain, knowing it will die at my hand. What is that? What is that thing? Why are you running? Why is everything afraid of me? You fucking idiot. Well, he's already dead, but the dead should stay dead. Should never disrespect the natural order of things. Wait a second. Nope. There's not much else to do here. Alright. I think it is time I finish this because the temperature has exceeded the expected and intended levels. So, we finish this. I hope you had a great day.